Migrants steal your job. Have you been told that before? So why is Spain about to regularize over than 500,000 undocumented workers? In her latest policy brief for EuroMeSCo, Helena Hahn helped us separate myths from facts. Myth 1. Migrants take jobs from locals. In Europe, 70% of small and medium companies face difficulties finding the right workers with the right skill. Coming back to Spain, in the last 3 years, it is estimated that 25% of Spain's GDP growth came directly from the contribution of the migrant population. So migration does not slow down the economy, it actually powers it. And it even helped create jobs. In 2024, 400,000 registered self-employed workers in Spain were of foreign origin, creating new businesses and opportunities. So now you know, migrant doesn't steal jobs from locals. We can't help everyone. I'm sure you've heard that before. Helena Hahn's latest policy brief for EuroMeSCo challenges one of the most claims about migration. Most migrants do not live off welfare. They actually contribute. Migrants contribute 10% of all social security income, and they represent only 1% of its spending, according to social security number in Spain. Yes, you heard it right. Migrants are already helping sustain the system. It is estimated that each regularized person could contribute on an annual average of around 4,000 euros to the state coffers. Helena Hahn stresses that well-designed mobility systems should focus on measurable labor market outcomes, especially job placement and integration. Europe can't host more migrants. In her latest brief for EuroMeSCo, Helena Hahn helps us separate myth from facts. Myth 3. Europe doesn't need migration. But what's the actual reality? Europe is aging. The EU working population is projected to shrink by 27 million by 2050. Even governments, once critical of migration, are expanding work visa. In June, Italia's Giorgia Meloni said her government will issue nearly 500,000 work visas for non-EU nationals in the coming years. Why? Because migration is not a short-term fix, it's a long-term planning that benefits us all. Europe needs migration policies matching people to real labor shortage, including future sectors like the green transition. And it also means making it faster and easier to recognize migrant skills and diplomas so they can contribute to their full potential. Will Spain regularization create a pull factor? Helena Hahn's latest policy brief for EuroMeSCo helps us unpack this debate. Myth 4. It will create a pull factor. But in reality, Spain's recent measures apply to people already working and living in the country. Daily life depends on people who are already here. Builders, carers, hospitality workers. People who are already part of the economy, but without legal status. Giving people legal status reduces informal work and exploitation. It allows them to have proper contracts, pay taxes, and contribute to public finances. But when legal pathways are missing, people fall into irregularity. So, how Europe can avoid ending up in this situation? Europe needs to create legal pathways early on. That means opening routes that match real labor shortage, including medium-skilled jobs needed for the green and digital transition. So, proactive migration policies that allow people to come legally for work or education are key. Migrants come to rape and steal. I'm sure you've heard that before. Stay tuned and I will show you the real numbers. Helena Hahn's EuroMeSCo policy brief invites us to look at the data. Myth 5. Migration increases insecurity. But in reality, legal pathways are the basis to ensure it. Security matters. In Spain, crime has decreased from 49 to 40 offenses per 1,000 inhabitants, even though the foreign-born population has doubled since 2005. So no, more migration does not mean more criminality. And Spain regularization includes security safeguards, as one of the main requirements to apply is having no criminal records. But this policy brief reminds us that security is also about preventing risk and creating a stable environment. When legal pathway exists, exploitation decreases, informal labor shrinks, smuggling networks weaken, integration improves. In conclusion, legal pathways reduce insecurity. Share this video, and if you want to know more, read Helena Hahn's policy brief at EuroMeSCo.